30s, we have to have some advice to give. Let's get into all the juicy and dirty gossip. And the rest, well, we'll just figure it out along the way.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos. I'm Kyra, and today we're getting into all of the thoughts that I have been carrying around all week. Welcome back, welcome back. I hope that everyone had a great weekend, and let's get right on into it. So I just got back from Dallas, and yet again, it was such a wonderful trip, minus the immense heat. It was so funny because I was like, can we have a date night and go to a cute rooftop? And he was like, I knew you were going to say, let's go to a rooftop. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it would just be fun. And then the next day he was like, do we really have to go to a rooftop place? And I was like, honestly, no. I walked outside today and we do not need to at all. It is so gross and hot out. But it was just so funny because we went to this cute little wine bar, and we always bring cards, and then we also play this magnet game. Wherever we go, we're always playing games. And the bartender, I could see, he just loved that we were just having fun. And he kept coming over and bringing us free drinks. And it was so funny because he was just like, you guys are just really happy. And it was so nice because I feel that way around him. I really do feel like we just get along so seamlessly. But of course, I could be in my own little delusional bubble. So when other people recognize it too, and that's not the first time someone has stopped to say something to us, it always does make me feel really good. But yes, other than the heat, Dallas was wonderful. And then that's kind of really all I did this week. But we do have some news. LeBron is making his way to Philadelphia to play for the 76ers. And it was not a team that was on my radar at all. It doesn't really make sense to me. I was saying this to my mom the other day. I think that LeBron is such an incredible athlete. I will never, ever, ever take that away from him. You cannot argue anything otherwise. But he's just so annoying to me. All of the attention that he creates and brings, and just waiting out his decision, when I imagine this man made this decision a while ago. I am interested to see how him and Jaylen Brown play together, because Jaylen Brown was just traded from the Celtics to the Sixers. They do have some really good talent on there. I am interested to see how it all plays out. It doesn't make sense that he chose that team. There's no connection to it. He's at the end of his career, so it's not like he's going to play another 10 years for this team. I mean, maybe 2, I would say, before he retires, but who knows? So that was the big sports news this week. And then Whitney and Justin from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they have also decided to separate. So we had Angie K and her husband last week. We have Whitney and her husband this week. The curse continues of doomed housewives marriages. You never, want to see it happen. This one wasn't as surprising because it has been talked about before. Their struggles have been brought up on the show before, and they've been very candid about it. But you do just hate to see that it happened. And then Kenny from last season of Love Island put out this pathetic interview. So to remind everyone, him and Janae were together and they broke up. She had gone through his phone, found out that he had been not only cheating on her, but really talking very poorly about her. It went away. I think it really truly has been it's definitely been at least 6 or 7 months that they've been broken up, but I want to say even longer. And he sounded so pathetic on this episode, or like this thing that he did. You could tell that the tears were fake crying, and he was like, and I just said, here, go. I'm gonna call the police right now. I'm gonna do that. And I'm just like, boy, if you don't stop, like, grow up. You did this girl dirty. You did not like her. You also talked about in your text messages to friends how you don't even date Black women. Like, how rude and gross are you? Like, Kenny, no one feels bad for you. I know that you were trying to like have your moment and you thought that you were timing this perfectly with like the ending of the new season and all the clout coming to Love Island. You thought this was my moment to shine. No one cares. No one cares at all. So like, please go back into your hole and not be on social media anymore. We don't care. We literally don't care. And that was kind of really it. I mean, those three things were kind of just the major ones that happened this week. And so then, without further ado, let's get into this episode. Okay, guys, you have heard me talk about him before. I have a very sweet spot in my heart for him. I am so grateful that he agreed to come on this podcast. So, everyone, welcome the one, the only Daniel Joseph.
Wow, that is an intro and a half.
I talked about him before on some previous episodes. He is infamous for his DJ park sets. And before we get into kind of like the background of everything, shout out to this past Friday's turnout. Oh
Crazy.
My gosh. Like, was there I feel like it was standing room only.
Felt like it. It was like people just kept multiplying.
I'm like, is there a occupancy max at the park? Because I feel like it was reached.
I mean, if I showed up and saw that many people, I'd probably be like, all right, well, let's come back next week and get here early.
That's what I thought. I was like, so yeah. We have to start going like 3 hours prior to start time.
Yeah, people were sitting in the wood chips, which I was like, that's some dedication.
Hell yes. Hell yes. So let's kind of go on this journey together. Take me back to the beginning. How did you start DJing? When did you start DJing? Like, let's break it all down.
Yeah, I was in middle school. I was 14 years old. And I got like my first mixer. My parents bought me my first mixer. I was like taking it to friends' houses and like just anywhere I could play music. And then I would wear blue a lot. That was my favorite color in middle school. I was a very color-coordinated kid. So I had a friend actually give me my first DJ name. Her name's Destiny, and she called me DJFrostbite, which I thought was kind of sick because I wore blue. But that name carried very infamously through high school. And yeah, it was just kind of like the running joke, like, oh, DJ Frostbite, you know, because no one really took the DJing stuff that serious. Like, wasn't that? Then 14's when I started, 17's when I started professionally, I'd say. After about 3 years of practice, I started from these little backyard gigs, saved up all my money, and did my first wedding, which I think I made like, I don't know, $1,200 in a night as a 17-year-old. And I was like, holy shit.
You're like, and I'm rich.
Yeah, and I'm rich. And I took my girlfriend, who's now my wife, to probably somewhere fancy at that time, like Panera. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. 14, 17 started doing it. And then 17 and on, it was like corporate gigs and weddings. So.
And then when you started, was it something that you were doing for fun, or did you have this vision that it could like become something really big?
I wanted to make money before I was 16 and can get a job. So that's how it started. I was like, well, I've seen DJs at backyard parties and people pay money for them. I didn't know how much money when I was 14, but I knew that I couldn't start a job until I was 16. So I was like, how can I start making money now? And yeah, DJing was kind of my entry into that. I think my first backyard gig, I made $50. And I felt like, holy crap, this is exactly where I want to go to make money.
That is just so wild. Okay, so now like let's talk about the video that kind of changed everything.
Yeah.
That is how I found you. And I think it was like a it was a Wednesday morning, and it came across my TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, cool. Like, I want to go listen to a DJ in the park, like on a Friday. That's so fun. So I sent it to my friends, and I was like, guys, we should totally go. And then that is the video that really changed kind of everything for you, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it was crazy. Like, I had just gotten back from my wedding, and we were back in the park just like our normal friend group would. We'd come and hang out on Fridays. Everyone would meet up, bring food, bring drinks, and just break bread, listen to music, talk about how good or bad our work week was, and then talk about our plans for the weekend, right? Starting Friday night. And yeah, this one time, sunset was nice. I had my tripod with my phone because I wanted to start recording some content. And I posted that video. My friend has a very infectious laugh, and you can hear her laugh in the background. And I think that's the reason why the whole thing went viral, because it made it look like she was having a really great time, which she was. But yeah, I posted that video to TikTok, and I just said, DJ set in the park next Friday, whatever, 5/26. I can't remember the exact date.
Mm-hmm.
Then woke up the next morning to 100,000 views, and I was like, holy shit, like, what's gonna happen? Like, are people really gonna show up? So we always would show up with like our little foldable table and just like our blanket, like a pretty easy setup. But I was like, well, if we're gonna have people show up, like, I want to make it look cool, at least, first impressions are everything. So I took my we have like this like IKEA desk in my bedroom. I took that. I took like one of my floor lamps that I had for my living room. I took a rug that I had in my office and like pieced everything together and made it look like a little living room. And yeah, sure enough, like 200 people showed up that next Friday. And it was crazy. They just kept popping in with their blankets, and it was really cool.
Yeah. And I talked about it before on an episode in the past about how we were just so bummed when, after a few of them happen, all of a sudden the city wants to get involved. Because I remember saying, like, how nice that this is like free. We could all go out. It's a community event. Like, everyone's coming together. Everyone was so respectable.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like, nope, we need something from you.
Money, baby. Yeah,
Yep.
that was crazy. I mean, they're like, all right, like, we love what you're doing. This is awesome. You're a great person, this and that. $1,300 if you want to do it again, though. And I was like,
yeah, but we're going to need something for you to be to continue being a nice person.
Right. And I was like, and they broke down the rules and whatnot. And I listened, of course, like, and, I think it was also at a time in San Diego where everyone was like up in arms about the parking meters, like the parking meters just had happened like a week before the shutdown, downtown, with like event parking going with like $10 an hour, local workers being pissed off. I mean, and it was all over social media. So then when this happened and like that story broke out where I was like, sorry guys, but we got shut down. We can't do this again. Permits are too expensive. I can't do this anymore. My social media was just like keyboard warriors, like, no, they're taking away our free music and our parking spaces. And San Diego is a freaking crazy city. They want to take everything from us. And it was, truly, I think that's what kind of like made the story blow up, was people were already upset about stuff in San Diego. So yeah, then it was like, sorry guys, like 6 weeks in my head, I had 6 weeks of doing that. $1,300 times 6 weeks is like almost 10 grand that I had for free. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut my losses and just thank you guys for coming out. It was a fun 6 weeks. We did what we did, and hopefully I can figure out a way to get back. But definitely didn't have $1,300 out of my pocket every week to spend.
Every week, right.
And then, yeah, one day, I think it was like a month and a half later, this guy hits me up on Instagram. He's like, hey, man, like, I've been going to your sets with my family. I would love to sponsor your next event. And I was like, well, here's how much it costs, because I thought he was just being a nice guy. No,
you're like, before you go ahead and say something,
yeah, I was like,
let me give you the total breakdown.
Yeah, because I never told anybody how much the permits were, I was like, yeah, sorry guys, I can't do this, I can't afford this. And yeah, so he reaches out and he's like, I've done very well in life and and I really think that what you're doing for the community is great, and I have the ability to be able to pay for that and take care of all of it. I'll file it with the city, I'll do it all myself. We think we should definitely do some more. And I was like, great, I'm happy to do it, no problem. So we got back together. He was our community sponsor. He came out with his family. We got to do one more. That one was kind of funky because we had to do RSVPs. So people like didn't know if they could show up, if they could. I mean, it's a public park, right? Anybody can go to the public park. There was no fencing off the area or any of that. It just didn't feel as organic as like the ones that we had before. But yeah, I mean, like he fully went through and supplied everything. And for me in the beginning, it was very much like hey, I'm in the community. Like I want to support and help you. And then as we got closer to the event, he was like, hey, I'm going to make a website for you. Hey, I want you to collect emails. Hey, I'm going to post this under your name. And I said, whoa, like pump the brakes a bit.
Yeah, like we are not in business together.
Yeah,
like
I was like,
you're
and I'm
doing
also not making money from this, you know? So he wanted me to say certain things to the news in my news interview. And this is all like a couple of days before the actual event. This is tea, by the way. And I'm not like talking smack.
No, I remember you telling me at the event when this had happened, you were kind of like letting me know about this.
It got a little like funky, and like I'm sure like look, this guy's investing $1,300 in. Like my goal is to get him some type of return. So we did collect donations, and I did try to get some of his money back, just out of like the goodness of the community. Like, hey guys, whatever you guys give me, I'm giving right back to him because he's the reason we're here. But it did get a little funky when he was just like, yeah, man, like I want to make this website in your name, and I was like, whoa, what? I thought we were just doing this for the community. I thought it was just a free thing. I thought we were just gonna have like, which I understand. It could have been an opportunity for him, but I think the way it was gone about was just kind of funky. So yeah, then after that, it was like, cool, one and done. Thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate you. And I hope you guys had a great time. I gave him a shout out at the park. And then after that, I just didn't want to continue that relationship. I wanted to figure out other ways that we can just keep it as organic as it felt in the beginning. Because realistically, it was like me and my friends hanging out in the park. And like people come in and like try to like start taking advantage or throw business or try to make it something that it wasn't, then I don't want to do it at all. You know what I mean? I'd much rather not do it and like not give the community it if it's not the way that I wanted it to be with me and my friends and feel that way, I
was going to say, and I feel like that's what the draw was to us as the audience of like, it really did feel like a place that you could just go with your friends, set up a little picnic, like just have fun and like vibe and listen to good music and be surrounded by everyone who was also having a great time.
Yeah.
It was just easy.
For sure. Definitely.
Like you, like for sure, for anyone who has not gone, you have to go and like he brings the vibes, like for sure.
Thank you.
And so, okay, so then after this, like what are the next few months like? Like were things happening as quickly as they looked like they were from the outside or, okay. So yeah.
I kind of just got like sent out emails that just got lost in the abyss, through the city. I didn't know who to reach out to. I think I was probably reaching out to I know for sure I was reaching out to the wrong people. But I did reach out to the mayor's office, sent emails, left voicemails, but like nothing. And like at that point I was like, all right, like I'll figure this out. Like I'll find a way because realistically I wouldn't start it again until the time changed. Right. And it got darker later. So then I was at Pop-Up Bagels in December. Pop-Up Bagels is owned by Griffin Thal and Paul Goodman. Those guys started a brand called Pura Vida bracelets. I worked for Pura Vida for them for 8 years. I started in like I was like 20 years old when I started with them. So they just opened up this new business venture. I was going to support and go try out the bagels myself. And it so happened that they were having a meeting with Todd Gloria and the president of city council, which I didn't know they were going to be there at all. I just showed up. I was like, dude, is that the mayor? He's like, yeah, like, we have a meeting about permits out there.
Like,
I was like,
I've been meaning to talk to you.
Yeah, 100%. And even crazier is they were meeting about permits. So I was like, okay, cool. Like maybe I can just tap him on the shoulder. And then I saw security guard 1, gun, just like full on, security guard 2 inside, security guard 3 outside. And I was like, damn. So I looked at the security guard 1 that was the closest to him because they were both having like their own little private table. And I was like, can I go talk to him? And she's like, I was like, okay. So I like played it cool, got my bagels, and I was about to leave. And I was like, hey, Mr. Mayor, how's it going? Like came up from his back, probably scared the shit out of him.
Good.
And I was like, my name's Daniel Joseph. I do this thing in the park. And he goes, oh, of course, I know you. You're the park kid. I've seen your stuff. And I was like, look, I've been wanting to get this going again, but I need help with the permits and I need help with the cost. And I would love to figure out a way if we can do a partnership or anything so I can bring this free music event back to the community. And he immediately pulls out a card. It's his own business card. And he goes, let me write a couple emails right here. He goes, reach out to these people, copy me on the email. Let's see what we can do. So did that, got into touch with like the director over at the Park and Rec for Balboa Park because Golden Hill Park is just a small section of Balboa. And then the conversation kind of started and was like, great, as you get closer and you're ready to do it, like, let me know. It just has to be submitted 10 days before your first event. So we went through, I submitted my first one. I actually submitted my first one 2 weeks before the first one I did this year. And they, like, for the date was supposed to be 2 weeks early, like a start date. And then they gave me the permit, and I was like, this is the same cost, guys. I was like, I didn't need help getting a permit. I need help with the cost. Like,
I don't want to pay $1,300 a week.
Yeah, so I thought we'd gotten somewhere. I thought they understood. I sent an entire proposal, what I need help with, what I want to do, like how we're going to keep it clean, how we're going to keep it safe, the whole nine. And he was like, great, yeah, that's good idea. And I was so excited. I was like, yeah, they wanted to work with me. And then they send the permit and it comes through on the portal. And I was like, $1,300 again? I was like, no. So I wrote back and I was like, please, guys, can we figure this out? And after a couple conversations, it came back and we were able to get those permits down to about $250. Huge.
Look at that.
I'll go out of pocket $250 every Friday, no matter what. So, yeah, right then and there, I was like, cool, we're back on. When's the earliest we can do this? And it was 2 Fridays ago. But then I had to see how this first one went before I can get more permits. And the hard part is to file the permits, you have to be at least 10 days before. So I had to basically wait until the office opened back up on Monday after that Friday to be like, how did it go? Can I get 5 more permits? He says, yes, 10 days later is going to be not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Yep.
So we got 5 more permits all approved. They said that their park team came in after the next day and saw no trash. It looked like there wasn't even an event the day before is what they said.
Like every single time you post a video of post set, I'm just wowed. And it just makes me so happy because yet again, it's proof that as a community, when there is something that we all love and support, we will do everything to continue to make it happen and show love. And I just think that that's really, really, really cool because oftentimes, obviously, the news will portray the complete opposite of something, you know? So it's really cool to see in real time, like we do care. We are going to keep respecting this space so that we can have nice things.
And yeah, honestly, all it takes is one, you know?
Right.
It's hard to control a group of grown adults, you know? But I think getting the
especially
respect
because it keeps
of
growing.
Yeah. I want a lot of people. But the crowd's amazing. Like the crowd of people, if you look around, it's families, it's all ages, all backgrounds. I mean, we got people with kids, people with dogs, people who come alone, people who have I met people who came from Rancho Bernardo, like people who aren't even local to the community, like to the neighborhood community.
Yeah.
Show up, which is cool.
It's so cool. I work up in Del Mar and I will always talk to my clients about it. And they're like, oh my God, I've seen his stuff. And I'm like, you guys have to come. Yeah. Wow. So you're definitely up and down, you know? Crazy, oh yeah. Crazy. Okay. And then what was the one specific moment over the last year that kind of was that pinch me moment of wow, wait, something is changing in this for me?
The music label reaching out to me, for sure. That was wild.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
November maybe is when we first started talking. And, you know, the owner, his name's Angel Castillo. He's born and raised here in San Diego, went to Mar Vista High. He owns a company called BPM Supreme. And what BPM Supreme is a website where you basically pay a subscription monthly to download their catalog of music. So you can go through and browse. That's where DJs get their music, is usually websites like BPM Supreme. Okay. So I was super familiar with them. I've gotten music off their website before. So for me, it was oh, wow, the owner of BPM Supreme, I've been using these guys for almost 10 years. He's inviting me over to their headquarters and to go chat. I was like, sweet, this is awesome. So I'm all excited. And then honestly, that first sit down was just cool. Tell me about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Tell me about your family. Tell me about your wife, you know, all that stuff. So it was really just kind of get to know you meeting. And then we just kind of kept in contact for the next month or so. The holidays happened. And then come January, he was like, all right, so how do we work together? Because I just started a music label and these are the people that I've signed and they work with these amazing people and we want you on the team. And I was like, great, send me a proposal. I was like, let's get down to it. So it sends me my first, we had probably danced around that idea for 3 months, right? Hey, how do we get you on the team? What would that look like? And I was like, whenever you send a proposal, I will definitely be ready. But we did that about 3 months. And then the proposal came in. And then it was probably another 3 months of just back and forth with contracts, which I thought was kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
I got to negotiate my own terms on my, you know what I mean? Which to me, I'm a head of sales for a clothing company. So negotiation and stuff is kind of I know what to do in a negotiation, but the craziest thing is now I had to look at myself as the product and be what's my value, you know? Because if there is product or if there is value in the product, then there's room for negotiation, right?
Always.
So yeah, I got to use that and just be like, here's why I think I'm valuable, you know?
It,
And
it to your point, I'm so sorry to
no, you're
interrupt, but
fine.
like that is I feel like a really big thing that you just said, because we can be in our workspace, in our profession, and show up as that person and be completely like capable of everything. But when it does become you,
Yeah.
it is, even though you know everything, you have the skill set, it is like that little like thing that you have to turn on, because you don't want to undersell yourself. You don't want to oversell yourself. Like you have to find that balance of like helping the other person understand and see your value. And it is nerve-wracking and scary to bet on ourselves
Yeah,
sometimes.
for sure. I mean, my wife is like my number one supporter, right? Like we're high school sweethearts. She's been through every gig since like high school. I mean, really, really full on supporter. There was even a time in like, I don't know, post COVID where I was like, I'm gonna just sell all this DJ equipment because I'm tired of doing these like weddings. And because I mean, as great money as it
Yeah.
is, you're getting paid to play other people's music. Like if I have to
Mm-hmm.
hear Cotton Eye Joe one more time, you know what I
That
mean?
part. That part.
But like, yeah, playing corporate gigs and playing weddings, you're getting paid to play music that other people are asking you to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as much like, it turned more into like a hassle than like a creative outlet for me. So I was like kind of over it. And I was like, I'm going to sell my gear and just take the money and let's go to Bali or something. I don't know. And she was very hard stop. Like, nope, you're not selling that equipment. You're keeping it all. Something's going to pop up again. Just keep going. She got my head right. And I was like, you're right.
Woman's intuition, always.
That was years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah, she's like the reason I kept going. Yeah. So that entire time, I'm showing her the contract and like the list of, terms. And she's like, no, I think you can ask for more with that, or you should split those percentages up a little bit better in your favor. Social media stuff, she's like, you should own all your social media. That's you did the work for that. You don't need somebody telling you. Like, she was like in my ear, and
Good.
I was like, all
Yeah.
right. I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, you're right. She was literally hyping me up.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
so it ended up being another 3 months back and forth. Like, they had sent me 3 full revisions of contracts. We looked over it, had lawyers look over it, and by the end of it, I got all the contracted terms I wanted, everything.
Also, like, isn't it crazy to think like 14-year-old you was
Yeah,
like, I'll be cool with $50, and then like I'll be cool with $1,200.
yeah,
And now you're like, oh, I had a lawyer look over this contract. Like, no big deal. Like, just needed to make sure everything was like cool.
yeah. It is crazy. I mean, honestly, if this would have happened, I was like 23, 24. Like, I don't think it would have. I honestly don't think it would have worked the same. I think I had to be at the ripe age of 29
A
to,
hundred percent. A
you know,
hundred percent, because
yeah,
your outlook on life is very different.
very different, and like, even like, again, so I was, doing corporate gigs and weddings, and it wasn't until 2024 where I went to like my first club, and I was like, yo, I've been doing this for a while. Like, I'd love to play here. And he's like, yeah, can I see your social media? And it was like my personal page. He's like, do you have any like content of you actually DJing or for crowds or for anything? And
You're
I was
like,
like, content? No, I've like picked pictures. Like, and yeah, basically it was like, I figured out, holy crap, like, it doesn't matter if you've been doing this forever. It doesn't matter if you can actually play. Like,
you got to
every
brand yourself.
promoter out here, yeah, wants to like see proof and wants to see video. So
Mm-hmm.
it kind of felt like I had to start all over again. So couldn't get booked anywhere except for it's like open deck nights, like open mic
Yep.
night, right?
Yep.
So 710 Beach Club in Pacific Beach is where I would go every Monday, and you play 30 minutes. You only play 30 minutes. Everybody else there was playing their like hip hop mixes or whatever. I was like, I'm coming in with house music. I'm gonna show these people like remixes of songs that they've never heard before. And yeah, I mean, one, it helped me hone my craft a lot more in front of like a live crowd with house music. I thought that was fun, like feeding off that energy, because I don't get to play that stuff at weddings and corporate gigs.
Right. Right.
So I did that, and if you go back deep enough in my Instagram, you'll see all those videos from 710 Beach Club of me just like putting content out every time, just phone, tripod, content, cringy or not, put it out.
Yep.
And
I
yeah,
think that right there is gold, what you just said.
yeah,
To anyone out there, like, if you want to start something, whether you think it's cringy or not, put it out there.
oh yeah, have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy that they asked for that. Like, that's a requirement for somebody who's been doing it for over 10 years. But if that's the rules that they want to play by, so be it. I'll play by them. So
Absolutely.
not like an ego check or anything, but I definitely felt like I had to like start from scratch again, and like build it. And it was fun. I had great support. I had like my very first time that I had a big group of friends come out, I had 18 people come out on a Monday. Keep in mind, we're all late 20s. We all got work the next day. I had 18 people come out to PB to watch me play for 30 freaking minutes. Like, support beyond. So yeah, that really, really helped having the support of like friends. And then that turned into gigs playing at little bars and all over PB, some downtown. And then the next summer was the park, and then everything just from there.
Yeah, like this past year, now you've played at a few different clubs now too, and then you played at I don't know what it's called now, like beach social
Yeah,
beach
Fit Social.
club, Fit Social. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And now you've been signed. I mean, it's just so awesome to watch all of this unfold for you. And I obviously only know you to a certain degree, but it's been so nice because I just feel like you're such a genuine person. And I love seeing things like this happen for people.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time coming, but it's fun. And I'm taking full advantage of it now.
As you should. And then tell you, like, listen, we go, like, when everything is hot, that you just keep on going and see what can be built.
Yep.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that comes with all of this that people probably don't see?
Biggest challenge with all this, honestly, it's just overwhelming. Like, more than anything, it's so overwhelming. Like, even talking about it, it's emotionally overwhelming, you know? Because it's so much. I mean, it's like happy though. It's like happy stuff. Outpour of love from people I've never met before is crazy. You know what I mean? And like, it's a different kind of love. I don't think it's like a love because, you know, whatever. It's like the messages that I get after these park sets are amazing. I went alone. I had nobody there. I made friends. Thank you so much for putting on this event. I grew up in this neighborhood. This neighborhood was never what it was. Thank you for making it such a beautiful place. Thank you for sharing my home with all these amazing people. I mean, just like, I don't know, people talking about their kids and being like, this is the coolest event that I took my kid to this summer. Or like, I don't know, just little things like that. You know, that's the kind of outpour of love. It's just like, damn, dude, like, makes me step back. And it really, really does make me emotional. So
yeah,
that's the part
from almost wanting to sell everything to now getting these heartfelt messages where you are impacting people's lives in the best way. Like that just has to be so fulfilling. And then I'm sure that there's like this whole other side too of like, you still have your regular job. And so you have to balance like growing this business while working to support your life.
Yeah, no. And like work is extremely busy. So I'm a head of sales for a clothing company called Shinesty. I always did sales at Pura Vida. I was like, you know, little sales rep, and then I became a regional manager. And then I got laid off. This is kind of crazy. I got laid off February 2025. My wedding was May of 2025. So I got laid off 3 months before my wedding when I'm going to drain my entire bank account.
Yeah, perfect. Love that.
But I managed to pick myself up and get another job within 2 weeks, being a head of sales at a sunscreen startup company out of Hawaii. So I did that for about 6 months, and then I got approached by these guys. Literally got poached, which I thought was cool. And yeah, these guys have been around since 2015-ish. And it's funny, their big thing is underwear, like really, really soft, super soft underwear. But when they called me, I was like, I don't know about underwear. And they're like, we've sold 12 million pair on our website.
And you're like, and I love underwear.
I love underwear. It was great. Everybody wears underwear.
Wow.
Underwear,
wow.
Right? So 8 interviews later, ended up getting the job. And yeah, head of sales just basically means I'm responsible for getting this brand into stores, right? So like Nordstrom, we have meetings at Nordstrom set up. Tilly's, we're currently testing online with Tilly's. So like all these big accounts and all that stuff, like I'm flying out here to take a meeting. I'm going to go, like I just last week went to go meet with like Spencer's in New Jersey to talk about a test. They have 700 stores we're trying to get into. Like I do all that during the day, and then Friday, cut, weekend, DJing, back on Monday, 8 a.m. Good morning, guys. Back at it, back in another week. I mean, it's literally Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a lot of energy, and that's a lot of hats to wear, especially because as again, like someone from the outside looking in, like it seems like you are building rapidly, and like it seems like you are getting all of these opportunities. So it is so hard to balance all of that and be a husband and be, you know, a son and be a friend to everyone. Like that's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot. But you know what? I mean, like, one thing about me is I do love staying busy. Like, I've always loved staying busy. I've literally started and failed so many businesses in my 20s. I had a company where like I was printing pictures on like blocks of wood. I called that coastal blocks. And I went like walked
Mm-hmm.
around to like dental offices and be like, "Hey, do you want this art of this local landmark in your shop?" I did that. I did custom phone cases where I would cut up old messed up Louis Vuitton bags and turn them into accessories. I did a business where I was painting shoes and like custom Nikes. And I mean, one thing after another, like I always try to come up with something because one, it's expensive in San Diego.
Uh-huh.
But two,
Uh-huh.
it's like I did like to stay busy and I always wanted to find another source of income, another way to make money. And it's so crazy because after all those failed attempts at making something, you know, creative, I went back to what I've always loved and what I was always good at. And like,
Isn't that
damn,
funny?
I wish I just would have started here, would have saved me a lot of money. But you know what? I learned so much in every single one of those failures.
And
And
that's the key to that. I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm very similar to that too. Like I'll try a bunch of different things. And I always encourage, especially like my younger clients, I'm like, go try everything. Like something will stick.
yep,
And yeah, to your point, like you needed to do all of those things because you learned something that brought everything back to right where you are to where you are right now.
yeah. And of course, like when I was laid off and at my bottom, like you really can't see that, you know, but you
At
can't
all.
really keep yourself there. You kind of got to just keep pushing and look yourself in the mirror. The thing I do is I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, come on, Daniel, you can do this. Like you can do
Yep.
this. You are good enough. Like you will find something because
Yep.
like even if I'm like before a DJ set, for example, like this last one, I had like lost a chord and I was like, oh my God, I can't find this chord. And I look myself in the mirror and I was like, don't panic. You got this. You'll find it. We're good. You know, talking to myself helps. A
Yeah.
lot.
No, I say that all of the time.
Yeah.
Like if I had a camera in my house, like someone would think I'm actually crazy. Like the amount that I like talk to myself. And I always like people always will say to me, you know, like I don't understand, like you're just always happy. And I'm like, well, it's not because life is easy. It's not because I got nothing doesn't upset me or make me sad, but
Yep.
I always am like, well, it has to work.
Yeah.
If I got myself in if I didn't think that way and I really thought like, oh God, well, what if like I would be stuck in a dark place? I think, you know, like that's
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's an easier place for people to stay in. We are so much quicker to believe that something isn't going to happen than to believe that it is. And so I think it is a really, really incredible, special ability to be able to know like it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to work. It's going to happen. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know why, but it is. And I think that like that helps people get to the top
Yeah.
essentially, you know?
I 100% agree. That was beautifully said.
Thanks.
Clip that. Clip that.
And then what would you say has been like the coolest opportunity that you've gotten so far ever since that viral video?
I got to play at the San Diego FC Fan Fest before their playoff game, which I thought was really cool.
Heck
They
yeah.
had like a big inauguration year and like they made it to the playoffs. And I grew up playing soccer. My wife grew up playing soccer. So it was cool. I got to go up on this big stage. They made me a custom jersey that said Daniel Joseph on the back. And
So
yeah,
sick.
that was really, really cool.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And then for someone watching, I know we kind of like said a little bit, but for someone who's watching, chasing a dream of their own, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned over this past year?
Learn how to market. Learn how to market. It's huge. Like this, well, in high school, I did videography too. So that was like another skill I had, but like I had sold my camera. And then when I started doing content, I was just using my phone. So like, even when the quality wasn't the best, figuring out how to make some good edits and how to make it look good with what you have, like working with what you have taught me a lot. So when I went to go invest in my big camera, like I was able to use that correctly, you know? I do all of my own content.
I was going to say your content's so good.
Thank you.
Like it's so creative.
As of recent, luckily I have budget to like hire really, really talented photographers and videographers and drone operators. Shout out to Sam and Jason.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, they're like the pictures that they take of me. But before that, it was Marina like this, recording. I was like, sweetheart, can you stand there, walk around here, like full on just figuring it out ourselves, you know?
Listen, I tell everyone to like, I will help any one of my friends
Yeah.
who needs, like, we need our people. When we have a dream and you don't have the budget, like, utilize your friends, and your friends better step in and do it for you.
100%.
Otherwise, get new friends.
100%. No, that support it does take a village. It really does. But yeah, I mean, learning how to market. I mean, like I said, the second I went to that first club or bar or whatever, and I was like, hey guys, I would love to play here. And they said I didn't have any content. I was like, damn, like this is the day and age, right? So figure it out. Don't make excuses. Keep at it. Be consistent. And I did all that, no matter how cringy or weird, or, we talked about that before, like, cause I felt cringed out by everything I put out there. Like, oh God, this is not cool, bro. But I didn't care because it was authentic to me. Like, I didn't have to like get on a camera and be like, okay,
Yes.
hey
Yes.
guys, you know what I mean? There was
Yes.
never that moment. Like it was just like
You.
posting shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is also something really important for people to hear is like, don't lose who you are.
For sure.
Always show up as yourself. Someone's going to love you. Someone's not going to love you. I think that that is really, really important because I think that, especially for the younger generation, I think they are so quick to not show up authentically because they are so afraid of what the internet is going to say to them or about them.
Yeah.
But you can, like, as a viewer, like, you can tell when someone's not being authentic.
Yeah.
And like, to your point, no matter how, like, I'm someone too, it's so funny. I'll like go out with my friends and they'll say like, Kyra, it's just like so great. Like, you don't care who's watching. And I'm like, what do I care? I don't know these people. Like, I'm building my dream. Like, watch me. I'm not hurting anyone. Like,
no, you're just putting something
just do it. Just do it.
Just do it 100%. And then,
I mean, had you not been in the park doing those sets with your friends and deciding to film a video, I mean, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah. Power of social media. Seriously. Like, it's insane. It's such a tool. It is such a tool because I feel like before social media, I mean, I don't really know, but I feel like you would have to work with marketing agencies to get your brand name out. As DJs,
Absolutely.
you'd have to go around town and put up flyers and throw these events and word of mouth type of stuff. Like, now I can post, hey, I'm going to be here next Friday, and boom, 200 people show up next Friday because the algorithm picked it up and threw it out to people. Like, it's crazy. But it changed my whole life, and I'm on a ride all because I posted one freaking video. And it wasn't even a high quality, crazy video. Like, there was no editing. It was one shot with the original audio and like some really thin text, like not anything. Like, now I'm like, okay, I got a text style that I use. I got a color scheme that I use.
Now I have a brand.
But like before that, it was just a boom, So anyways, long story short, learn how to market yourself. It's very, very important, whether it's your business or whether it's yourself. Come up and be very, very intentional with like a plan.
And would you say like consistency?
Yeah, consistency is huge. I mean, I probably post 1 to 2 times a day, except for Sundays. Sundays, I don't post anything because I keep my phone off of me. Very intentional with my time with my wife every Sunday.
I love that.
Yeah. So I always am very quick to respond to like DMs and comments and whatnot. But like yesterday, I was spending all day with my friends, phone off. Today, spending all day with my wife, phone off.
And also, from your perspective as a DJ, I feel like seeing in the best way, and like, I'm so happy about this. I feel like there are so many events now because no shade to clubs, but I feel like at some point we're aging out of going to clubs but everyone wants to be around good music. Everyone wants to be around good music and good vibes. And so it has been really cool, I feel like, over this past year to see all of these events happening, whether they're at Liberty Station or at Fit Social or at that Eve event space downtown, or just like little pop-ups everywhere. I feel like DJs are making their comeback in the best way, and I'm so happy and here for it. Like, what would you say, like, as the person doing this, would you say you feel a difference?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's actually kind of like a worldwide trend changing right now. Hugel, I think it's his name. He's French. He has like one of the biggest, actually he's the number 1 Shazam DJ in the whole world right now. Right? Yeah. It's kind of cool. That's a great like stat to have as a DJ.
Right.
He is doing this thing where he's only performing daytime sets. He's not in nightclubs at 2 a.m. or Vegas coming on at 4 a.m. I mean, actually, he does have Vegas residency, and I think that's the only time he performs at night.
Well, I feel like that this like if I love a daytime party. Like I'm here for a daytime party any day. But if I had a residency in Vegas, like if I'm in Vegas, I'm turning up. So like those are Vegas operating hours.
100%. But like for him, like he's playing all around the world, and he's telling all these places I'm playing daytime stuff. So which I thought was great because nightclubs. I think one of the hard thing about them is they could change up their times and like maybe gain a new, I don't know, crowd of people. I think it'd be like smart for some of these guys to start looking into, because the crowds that I pull during the daytime stuff, and then they still get to go and like have the rest of their Friday night to go do something is awesome. Like the pop-up that I do at Little While, we do that from 6 to 8. And those 2 hours, I mean, we have so much fun. You get the nightclub experience. Everyone's dancing. Right. It's still hot and sweaty.
And that's what we want. We want that late 90s, early 2000s. Like everyone is dancing, sweating, not caring, like just having fun.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like playing at nightclubs, because as I've kind of grown, they're like, all right, you're going to be our headliner, which means you're not on until 12 o'clock, till 1 a.m. or whatever it is, and those nights are hard, especially to get friends out. I'm like, you guys don't have to go. But like even Marina, I'm like, you do not have to go at all. Like, it's fine. Get your rest, finish your Netflix, watch your book, read your book, whatever you have to do. So like, I think even going forward, like professionally, I'm looking at that as an angle too, right? Like, how does that tie into who I am as a brand and like as my DJing? Like I'm a daytime guy. I'm very happy. So in that music, I want to make sure that reflects, and I want to be able to play music for daytime sets. You know what I mean? So I don't have to be in nightclubs at midnight and whatnot. Because nothing good happens after midnight. I will say that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Okay. And then also too, what is like stretch goal, ultimate? What is there a place that you want to play? Like a country that you want to play in, a venue? Like what is our bucket list dream?
My bucket list dream, honestly, is just to make great music and share that with people. Because I think the coolest thing is like in 20, 30, 40 years, even if it got no hits, it's still out there. You know? So if my kids, my great grandkids, my nieces, nephews, whoever wants to one day be like, hey, this is my uncle, this is what he did, this is my dad, this is what he did, and then here's his song that still exists, right? I think that's the coolest thing about music is like, even if nobody's heard that song, it's still out there for someone.
It's yours.
Especially now in this digital age,
And so is that like what you're working on right now is putting out all of your own original mixes? Oh my gosh,
like
exciting
songs, like full on songs, working with like artists who sing, working with producers who have worked with other big people. I mean, Lauryn Hill, Neo, like that. Those are some of the names of people that my last recording session was with the producer who worked with them. He owns the label, actually. Yeah, his name is Warren Zavala, but he goes by Dottie. And he's worked with some of the biggest names in like hip hop originally, and now he's working with some of the biggest names in house music. So that guy I told you about, Hugh Gel, they've worked together. They have a hit song out right now called Loosen Up. But like it's crazy to be able to work with somebody who's like, hey, tell me your vision, tell me what you want to hear. Let's build this together. And we build it from scratch. We go and we start with the drums. We start with the bass line. My music, I want my music to be funky. Like I love 70s because it doesn't matter where I'm at. Everybody loves 70s. It gets you dancing. It's happy.
Heck yes, I love that. Bass line.
So that's my style. Is I want to have that like inspiration from that. Is use cool sounds from the 70s, but speed it up to like house music. And I guess so. With that, I guess the reach goal is to get like a hit on a radio station. If I get on the radio waves, like I've done my job. So like I don't go into every recording session like this song needs to sound like it has to be on the radio. Right. I think that's gonna naturally happen. Right.
100%. Yeah. Your goal is I want to create good music. If you achieve that, it's gonna find its way to where it needs to.
Yeah. And I'm really excited about being able to market my own music. I don't know what that looks like, but I think it's gonna be fun. And the funniest thing is the marketing is all on me. So when the music comes out, like I get to pick, here's how I want to market this song. Here's what I'm going to do to put this out, to get people excited about it. I mean, my first marketing, I guess, track example was this last Friday. At the very end, I played my own original track and I let everybody know. I was like, hey guys, I made this song. The vocalist's name is Sophia Sugarman. She's also signed to Mason Sonics, the label. And I just want to see if you guys, I want to see your guys' raw reactions to this. So enjoy. Press play, look around, and like see what happens. Who's dancing? Who's not? How are they dancing? You know, are they listening to the words? Did the bass drop hit as good as it should? You know? And the best part is this was like a very raw, rough draft of the song. But I felt it was good enough to put out and show people. I've had 4 tracks made so far. This is the one that I was like, I really, really like. So that was cool. And I think like that's like real, I don't know, what do you call it? Guerrilla marketing, right? Just on the ground marketing. Right? I have all these people here. What better way to do it?
Listen, and I will always say old school is going to win every time. Like, go back to the beginning, the basics. Like, yes, you want to see with your own eyes what are people's reactions, what is the feeling that is being exuded right now, and like what do I need to tweak to get it to be what I want, or is it already there?
That part 100%. That's exactly like I wanted to see. Like, okay, after watching everybody, I was like, maybe I should bring this in 4 bars quicker, 8 bars quicker. Maybe I should pull out the beat at this point. Like, I took all my mental notes and then I had my friend record it so I can like look back and like study that footage, you know?
Incredible.
So like I said, like there's like coming out with music and working on the music. That's one part. But for me, it's like, how do I market this, right? And like, I'm very, very serious about this. Like, this is my one opportunity, Kyra. Like, I'm taking every little detail down to make sure this works.
Hell yes. There's I don't even know who the DJ is, but me and my friend, we always watch this one set, and he does a set at the pyramid, like in front of the pyramids, and like, that is just like the coolest thing to me. That's so crazy. Like, literally, like, it's just this huge crowd listening to this guy's music in front of the pyramids. Like,
no, that's insane. That is crazy.
And music is, I think, one of the most special things that exists on this earth, because it just brings everyone together. All walks of life together, and it brings a different emotion to everyone in a different way. And I just think that music is like super healing, and what an incredible ability to be able to be the person who lets people feel things.
So crazy.
So I think that's really cool.
DJing. It's fun. It's super fun. I have fun. The best part is every song, like, you killed your set. But every time I go to the park, I don't have a set list. I never have had a set list. I have like all my tracks, you know, on my laptop. But I just go and pick and choose. What song do I want to start with today? What song do I want to end with today? Like, I don't know until I get there. You know?
I love that.
I just kind of chase it. All right, here's the flow. This is a little soul. What other soul music do I have? Oh, I love this song. I'm going to play this song. All right, let's change
organic.
It up. Yeah, you know? But the whole point about it is the vibe of the music. Like, I've been doing this a long time. So really the music sets the vibe of wherever you're at, right? If you're at a wedding, if you're at a cocktail hour, if you're at a corporate event, whatever. The park, it's like, okay, well, this soundtrack should sound like I'm in a park on a Friday with my best friends, talking about my work week, eating food, sharing drinks, not drinks, and just like being romantic about the sunset, you know? And like the vibe, the community. So when you go and you listen to the first hour and 15 minutes of my set, it's very chill, relaxed music, you know? And then the last 45 minutes is when I spend my time showing everybody, hey, like,
let's turn
I'm
up.
Glad you guys enjoyed it, but let me show you what I can do. You know? Let me show you what I'm passionate about.
Totally.
And, that's how I structure all my sets.
And what would you say to 14-year-old Daniel?
Killing it, bro. Absolutely killing it. And
I love that.
14-year-old Daniel was a lover boy. That kid, he was writing poems. I have poems about girls that I had never like even had. It was just like my dream girl, whatever. But that kind of falls into me writing, which is kind of funny. Like, I always loved to write. It started out as being a 14-year-old lover boy with poems, and now it's like the music. But 14-year-old Daniel, you found your lover girl. You found the girl of your dreams. That was probably the biggest dub right there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, where can everyone find you?
Just on my Instagram and TikTok, I guess, danieljoseph.mp3.
And I will put it up on the screen for everyone.
Sweet.
And so every Friday for the next 5 weeks, or for the next 4 weeks, you'll be at Golden Hill Park?
Correct, until August 21st. August 21st will be the last one. I don't know what I have planned yet for that last one, but I do want to like do a great like summer send-off. Sunset's at like 7:15 on that day, So it's going to get darker earlier. So the party's probably going to turn up a little bit faster. So I don't know. I just want to do something fun for the community. I don't know exactly what. I want to try to do more of these little like, I don't know, activities for the community, because the last 2 times I haven't done anything. And I think like it'd be fun to get like I'm talking with Pop-Up Bagels right now to come and bring out some free bagels for like the people who get there early. I have people who get there like at 3:00. Like,
I mean, we're going to have to.
but like, I want to give back to those people and be like, thank you. But like, I don't have anything that I can do, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I think I'm having Pop-Up Bagels come out next Friday. So whoever gets there early, you might get some free bagels. I'm not selling any, just giving them out to the community for showing up.
Love that.
Yeah. So as many freebies as I can give.
That part. And honestly, seriously, thank you so much for coming on. I want everyone to know about you. I want everyone to support you. I think what you're doing is great. It is, as someone who is part of the community, I love having this exist. It's so much fun. And congrats on everything.
Thank you, Kyra. I really appreciate it. This is fun.
You're
this
welcome.
Is cool. You know,
right?
You're my first podcast, right?
Whoop, whoop.
You were my first podcast last year. I thought that was the coolest thing. I remember showing all my friends. I was like, guys, what the hell is going on? That was like my I made it moment last year.
Oh,
so
fun.
Funny. I'll never forget when you were like, oh my gosh, should we like get t-shirts? Like, what's going on right now? Like, I'll never forget those comments. That was so funny.
Good.
So,
well, thank you.
Well, thanks for having me back. Let's do it.
You're welcome. Yes. All right.
Shout out Structured Chaos.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you guys for listening this week. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. All of the information can be found in the description below. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm Kyra, and this is your reminder that having it mostly together still counts. See you next week. Bye.